Kara's asking about like where cults are going. Are there ones that you're kind of like, if there was a sort of, I don't know, a pop chart of cults, what's coming up? What's the fastest riser?
Yeah. Well, certainly right now, mental health cults
Mm,
are exploding
mm.
because we're in a mental health crisis. I mean, sorry, I keep referencing my next book, but like these are just like the ideas that are top of mind for me. It's like our digital age problems are just more abstract than problems of generations past, and that has caused us to look inward and realize how mentally unwell we are. And certainly in capitalist society, there's always someone ready to like build a business on your unwellness. So I think a lot of sort of very capitalistic mental health themed cults are going to continue to pop up and be in our midst. And then, without question, some kind of cult is many cults will develop around AI.
Yeah, they'll probably develop their own.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder whether, as we're starting to see, thinking a bit more hopeful around things like fact checking in news, which I know in the US is a nightmare right now, and and to a certain extent, true here as well. But we're seeing with the BBC, for example, almost starting to do live fact checking on articles. So as a politician speaks, I wonder whether culturally you think uh, we might become more sort of engage with tools that help us, and then they can be exploited as well, that help us fact check decisions we're making, like being drawn into cults? Or do you think our human nature is just too, and the language is just too powerful for that?
I kind of hope, and I'm seeing a little bit of this in certain corners of culture, but I kind of feel like the direction that our cultishness might turn will be like back to the earth. There's a whole like homesteader movement happening in the US, maybe a little bit in the UK. I know it's
Mm,
happening in like Australia, New Zealand. There's like the whole trad wife trend, like women who are deciding to like return to the kitchen because they're like, fuck society. Um,
yes.
so I kind of feel like our cognitive biases combined with these language tactics are like so powerful, and we can't actually think our way out of the problem. We can't like internet our way out of a problem that the internet made. We have to kind of just like step away. So I don't know. I hope that people get more grounded instead of like trying to beat bad information, because it's like it's I feel somewhat skeptical that that people are strong enough in that capacity. I just hope people touch grass.
Yeah. You're making me think of the cafes in Ubud in Bali, where they literally put a little pot of grass under the table to put your bare feet on. So you're grounded whilst you have your Starbucks, or even in Ubud now, I think Emily shared this morning, Ubud on acid, and that's unsurprisingly that town's maybe getting more cultish than even it was during the Eat, Pray, Love years.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I mean, anything that humans are involved in and is aimed at making us better is bound to go culty, at some point and in some way. It's really just about, like, diversifying our social our socio-spiritual portfolios, if you will, because
our
that'll
social spiritual portfolios, fantastic. I'm going to put
keep
that on my LinkedIn.